Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Humanitarian Horizons. I am Christina DiArcangelo, your hostess, and today's episode is especially important because it's May, and May is Mental Health Awareness. So I thought it would be a good idea to shine a light on something that's often overlooked. Mental health and leadership. We CEOs and founders are expected to be everything to everyone at all times. A visionary, a problem solver, a mentor, a true entrepreneur. But behind closed doors, people forget we're human too. And here's the hard truth. We can't lead well if we aren't feeling well. Today, I thought it would be a good idea to share a little bit from my personal journey, but also be able to provide some tips to prioritize mental health. Doesn't matter if you're leading a team of 10 or 10,000. This is something very, very, very important that I feel all CEOs and founders should make sure they do a better job with. We often see headlines, awards, achievements, interviews, magazine covers. I know my followers have seen me blow up over the past 4 or 5 years. I've been on Forbes several times, Billboard, Entrepreneur, Vogue, all these different magazines. I've been blessed to win awards. I've been recognized for my achievements. There have been press releases, all kinds of things. But a few people actually see the toll behind it all. As a multi-company CEO, I have to juggle. I almost said chug. And what I meant by chug is my water, because I have to chug water too to stay healthy and be hydrated. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. I have juggled extreme highs and very deep lows. During some of the most stellar times in my career, I have suffered terrible losses. My father in 2015, my mother and her crime that we uncovered in 2022, and then her death in 2023, my brother's death at age 43 at 2022, being a single mom, dealing with all the domestic things that I went through since 2019. It has not been easy. Not to mention that I got COVID too, by the way, during all these things, which obviously didn't help either. But let's be clear, burnout is not a badge of honor. It's a warning sign. There is a toxic myth that leaders must be unshakable. I totally disagree. True strength is showing vulnerability. And this was something that I learned truly back when we started the first season of my podcast, I Am Christina DiArcangelo, where the executive producer sat down and talked to me at the very beginning, and said, listen, you need to be vulnerable. You need to share the vulnerability things about you that I know about you, and things that I probably don't even know about you that I'm going to learn in future episodes of your podcast. But Christina, it's very important that you are vulnerable, because vulnerability is so important. And it's so important to share things with people. So I did. And with that, my companies do also. Affinity Patient Advocacy, we just don't talk about mental health. We act on it. At Affinity, we advocate fiercely for mental health patients, ensuring that they get the proper treatment, respect, and care they deserve. Whether it's helping patients navigate complex healthcare systems, connecting them with mental health resources, or standing with them in a crisis 10 toes down, right there next to them. We're in it to make sure that no one falls through the cracks, because mental health isn't a luxury. It's a human right. Another piece of the puzzle is community. That was why I created Sparkle Sisters. The Sparkle Sisters membership is more than just a club. It's a sisterhood designated to uplift women in all areas of their life. Mental health is deeply connected to quality and quality of our relationships. Quality for yourself and the time you spend with yourself, but also with your relationships. Through Sparkle Sister, we've built a safe place or space, if you want to call it that, where members can share their struggles, celebrate their wins, lean on each other during difficult times. The connection that we have, the encouragement, the kindness that we show to each of our members, the honesty can really make an impact and difference in managing mental health. You don't have to face things alone when you have a sisterhood that's behind your back. Well, let's talk about my personal toolkit. Every CEO has a toolkit. What's top in my toolkit? At the top of my toolkit is boundaries. I protect my downtime fiercely. You can't run full speed 24/7. One of the things that I do daily is work out. I work out after I've said my prayers, read all my emails, responded to whatever it was that I had to first thing in the morning, talk to my son, obviously. If it's a school day, make sure he's, getting himself ready. And I go down into the basement and I work out. I do cardio, I lift, I box. I have a bag down there when I feel like I need to hit a bag. That helps too. But also on the weekends, I try really, really hard to ensure that I'm always protecting my boundaries, that I'm doing the things I want to do. I spend quality time with my son or friends of ours or whatever we end up doing. But boundaries are very important to me. The second thing is having a proper support system. So we talked about the Sparkle Sisters membership as being a support system for women, right? I had to have built my own support system to be able to know how to build a support system and project out this membership the way I did. And it was from learning, right? I learn things all the time. I learn things every day. Just because I'm a CEO doesn't mean that I think I know everything. Trust and believe I don't, okay? But one of the things that I make sure and that I have learned to do was to have a support system for myself. So earlier on, I had, when I was going through my separation and my divorce and things, I had therapist that was part of my support system. And that also helped me build more tools into my toolbox. I love getting tools to put in my toolbox because you never know when you're going to need them. But I have plenty of mentors. I'm so lucky. People that I've worked with over the years that have become my mentors. I have colleagues that I can call and talk to, plus friends, some of my very personal friends who I trust. I know that I can call and vent to them and process life, because life is always changing. And it's so important that you allow yourself some time to process life. The third thing that I'm going to talk about today is self-compassion. Listen, we all mess up. CEOs aren't perfect. Get out of here. And especially the public CEOs of public companies, you get to see their mess ups all the time. For me, when I mess up, I stop. I pause, take a deep breath, and I try to think about what I can learn and how can I move forward. And when I do move forward, I move forward with grace. These aren't just personal habits. They have become part of my company's cultures, because when leaders model mental health, it ripples outwards. Healthy leaders build healthy companies. I've seen it time and time again. When I'm in a good headspace, I make better decisions. We also foster stronger teams, and we create a more positive impact, because at the end of the day, that's what we're supposed to be doing as a CEO. At Affinity Patient Advocacy, that culture extends to every patient we serve. With Sparkle Sisters, it's about making sure that no woman ever feels that she has to struggle in silence. Both of these platforms are my way of saying to you that you matter. Your mental health matters. So this month, I challenge every leader listening or viewing. What's one concrete thing that you can do to protect your mental health daily? Maybe it's scheduling a therapy session or a massage session, or maybe it is just scheduling a dinner with your best friend, doing something for yourself. Maybe it's unplugging for a full weekend, or maybe it's joining a community like Sparkle Sisters, where we really support lives. Whatever it is, commit to it. You commit to your job every day. You can commit to yourself and your mental health. You, your family, and your business will thank you in the end. So with that, thank you so much for spending time with me. Remember, mental health just isn't a personal issue. It's leadership imperative. You are your company's greatest asset. Make sure that you take time for yourself, because you are worth it. I am Christina DiArcangelo, and this has been another episode of Humanitarian Horizons. Until next time, lead with your heart and don't forget to care for others. Bye-bye for now.